We're live on YouTube again, folks. We are back. So there you go. If you want to jump over to YouTube, we are back. If you want to get off the socials, um, Ian, he's finally done it. Cody has finally ended the damn story. Enjoy it, fella. Cody Rhodes, your new world heavyweight champion. He's not the new world heavyweight champion. The new world heavyweight champion is Damian Priest. There you go. Kenny's in. Big up Kenny. We were talking the other day about Wrestlemania and stuff like that and all. Really, really cool catching up. The irony of AEW attempting to embarrass CM Punk is that AEW are the ones who will actually look embarrassing. Good lead in there. We are back. Happy days. Roll me one coming over. Yeah, just came back online there now. So happy to be back at it and stuff like that. But yeah, give us your thoughts on this, folks. Sports entertainment. Did you embrace it? Did you miss the whole pro wrestling thing? Looks like it's back. And I have to say, all weekend, all I could hear from different people was pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that, all this kind of pro wrestling. Started with Heyman at the Hall of Fame. It was so cool. And I got the feeling that something was going to happen, you know. Kenny, I hope you have stopped crying, pal. All these Cody crybabies in the chat tonight. Happy for Cody, the new face of WWE. Gotta love it. Well, you gotta love it. I don't have to love it. I'll tolerate it and I'll enjoy it, and hats off to him. But I'm gonna miss Roman. I'm gonna miss Roman. I am. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. How do you feel? Sports entertainment coming to an end. Pro wrestling is back on the menu. Yeah. I'm talking about Cody, not Bayern. As Bob Backlund once said, it's sports education. That might be the case. Keith, question for you, Noel. What way do you see Triple H taking this company in the next 5 years? Do you think he will bring it back to the old school ways we so dearly love? Um, I, it's really hard to know now, because it's kind of like it's hard to know even what's going to happen in the next 8 to 9 months, isn't it? Because like we've been absolutely spoiled for the last 12 weeks, haven't we? We've had the Punk stuff, we've had the Rock stuff, the final boss, we had Roman, Cody, Seth, with all this stuff going on. And now the dynamic is slightly changed because now we have Cody as champion and Damian Priest as champion and Bailey as champion and Sammy as champion and two new tag champs and teams. So like it's hard to know what way it's going to go. And then you've got the boys coming up from NXT, how they're going to be handled. Who knows? Certainly interesting looking at Raw. Raw was kind of really cool with Dragonoff and stuff like that and all. But it's hard to know what way it's going to land now, because are they still going to be able to maintain that wave or even close to it with the Rock going off now to do the Smashing Machine or whatever it is? Reigns isn't pitched to be seen again until just before SummerSlam. So I'm not too sure. But I think there's certain elements of it there. Um, in terms of the booking, in terms of the storytelling and the character development and the slow build to make things meaningful and all that kind of stuff. I think that's there and that should remain. I think that's really, really important that there's a real value put on the titles. There's a real value put on whatever step they take with these different guys and gals wrestling, and how they handle that over the next few months will define how things go, and what does it mean if we're looking into a main event next year of 41? Is it going to be Roman and Rock? Is it going to be Rock and Cody? They were talking about the belts. You hold my belt, I'll hold your belt, all that kind of thing. Who knows? What did the Rock hand him? What was in the Rock's hand? What did he hand Cody Rhodes? What do we think that was? So let us know your thoughts on that as well. And great question, Keith. But we're kind of facing into now a new era, and slightly of the unknown. Um, Except we know it's probably going to be a bit more stable. And look, if sports entertainment is exiting the building, that's all good, isn't it? These guys are wrestlers. It says wrestling on the marquee. And that's what it should be identified as. Um, I'm still crying over Harry Blood Kane scoring last night. Yeah, mad. Kenny, Saka, Peno or no Peno? Come on, easy, Tiger. Dearer tickets and more broken revenue records. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Uncle Howdy hints at Raw. Can we see Uncle Howdy coming back with Alexa at SummerSlam? I'm here for it. Good question, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's have a quick chat about that first of all. I'll give you my thoughts on it. My thoughts on it, I think Bo Dallas did an unbelievable job at the weekend. And I think he was brilliant in the documentary as well. I'm in two minds about this. One, does it all come back to continue on that kind of legacy and all that kind of stuff? Or two, do we feel because Bray is not at the heart of creative, sadly passed away, should they be bringing it back, and will it hit the level that we expect it to hit, or will it be kind of a diluted, watered down kind of 2.0? And if it is going to be that case, should they be going back to it? Let me know your thoughts on it. And again, where does it fit into programming at the moment? Because everything is kind of being kind of serious storyline with serious build up, with serious motivation. If we go back into one of these characters again, where where does it fit in the programming and stuff like that and all? And let me know your thoughts. Should it be left alone? Should it be brought back? If it's brought back, will it be handled correctly? Would you be confident enough it will be handled correctly? Or would it just kind of peter out? Because we don't want that to be the legacy. And that would be my biggest concern on it. But let me know. Let me know in the chat, folks. What you think? Uncle Howdy, yay or nay, in or out? What do you think? CM Punk and commentary was absolutely lit. Love that CM Punk said at start of Drew McIntyre entrance. Ulster Bagpipes band was playing Hot Rod, Roddy Piper team song. Yeah, absolutely. Or true new Raw tag champion, well deserved for the legend. Yeah, I said it earlier on. We won't Kenobi. I was so happy to see him climb the ladder and lift the belts, and I wanted it to be him. And it was so cool, so cool. Acer's in it. Let it go 1-0 up against Dortmund. Keep us updated. Rock versus Cody is set for WrestleMania. So does that mean we're going to be waiting? We're going to coast through now a whole year, like what we did with kind of Cena Rock 2 and all this kind of thing. How do you feel about getting that kind of thing a year in advance and waiting? NXT Stand and Deliver was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Niall, acknowledge my boy Sammy. What can I say? There you go. Absolutely. Congrats to Sami Zayn on winning the IC belt. Having to eat a bit of humble pie here tonight, aren't I? Having to eat a bit of humble pie here tonight. I'm looking forward to joining the Backlash Review podcast. I had to sit this one out, bro. Not a bother at all. Steve's in. Big up, Steve. AEW are releasing the footage of CM Punk's fight with the Jungle Fella tonight. They certainly are. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We may as well. So tonight on Dynamite, um, is this going to be legit? Do you think? And if it is going to be legit, and if it's going to be released, and if it's going to confirm everything that happened that CM Punk said happened, what's the benefit of releasing? Like, in what way does this help AEW if it's basically visual proof of what CM Punk has been saying? Let me know your thoughts on this. Is this going to be tampered with? Is this going to be kind of a shill moment? Is this going to be kind of a contrived situation? Will it be edited? I was talking to the lads today in the WhatsApp group, and I said, "What if we get one of those, those reconstructions from Dark Side of the Ring?" Don't forget, folks, tomorrow, Dark Side of the Ring, Chris Cole. I'll be doing the review. It's going to be really, really tough because wrestling is quite a byproduct of this, and this is a weird episode to say the least. But yeah, let us know your thoughts. What do you think on this? Is this going to be legit? Is this a ratings ploy? Is this the Young Bucks just going to start poking fun and all this kind of stuff? I don't know. It's weird. Morris, he handed him a small airport bottle of Johnson's No More Tears. They're going mad over the crying, aren't they? It's gone mad on the internet about the crying. Kenny, Pen all day. Stevie Wonder could see that. That being said, we got away with it with the big Gabby handball. Oh, I'm going on record. I don't think either were a pen. I don't know. It's just it's the way that the ref frames it as well, doesn't he? He says a childish mistake or something like that. He should have just rounded and Kenny stuck the leg in. Yeah, absolutely. He was looking for it. It was obvious. Kenny, any relation to Mark Noble? Kenny Noble, any relation to Mark Noble? Any relation to Jamie Noble? There you go. That's what you want. Jamie Noble, big up Kenny. Delighted for Mark Briscoe winning Ring of Honor Championship at Supercard of Honor on Friday night. Jay Briscoe tribute. Absolutely. 100%. What other way could have gone, Acers? Stephen, I won a Classic Superstars Dusty Rhodes in a box on eBay for 20. Absolute bargain. Lads, I said it earlier. I don't know whether you all caught it at the start of the show. I was sitting down having breakfast this morning and the postman knocked on the door and he had a box there for me. And in a few minutes, when we get through a lot of this content, I'm going to reveal what was in that box. And I think you collectors on here are going to be blown away by it. And it wasn't cheap. Cheap, as they say. Roll me one Kenobi. Bo Dallas, I think he can pull it off, in my opinion. Give him the reins and let him run with it. Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know. And I don't want some watered down, half-assed kind of we felt we had to do it kind of thing if it's not going to absolutely knock it out of the park. And again, I'm just trying to figure it out. If you look at even if you look at Wrestlemania, the structure of night one to night two, and how one kind of didn't hit its straps and the other one knocked it out of the park and stuff like that. They have to. How does this fit into programming at the moment? I don't know. So even if he's a hammer. I wouldn't acknowledge him, Stephen. Stephen Kenny's a goner. He's a goner. I think they should leave Uncle Howie to rest in peace with Bray Wyatt. Bo Dallas doesn't have the creative mind that Bray had for getting over his characters. Interesting. And listen, that's no disrespect to Bo Dallas in any way. Being told that you're not as creative of one of the most creative minds that's ever been in there is not a slew on it in any way. I can see a lawsuit happening. I don't know. It's just mad, isn't it, Stephen? AW just salty. That's all it is. Yeah, but it's going to be here. It's going to be salty because we're going to enjoy it. CM Punk going to sue Tony. I don't think he will. I think what you'll do is you'll just get a load of back and forth now. I think what's happened is it was interesting listening to Triple H, wasn't it? And this is a reaction to that as well. This is not just a reaction to the interview in the MMA hour with CM Punk and Ariel Helwani. I think this is a reaction to what Triple H had to say in those pressers, where he turned around and said, if you're going over to the other place to earn lots of money on a reduced schedule, well, we didn't want you here anyway. It was a great point. And then he said, did you listen to the point where Triple H turned around and he said, the only competition WWE have is their past. And that was just, for me, that was just the statement of the weekend from Hunter. And that must have dug in. So I'd say what's happening with AEW is you've seen it with Edge being rolled out to react and stuff like that. I'd say AEW are kind of just trying to cling on to that kind of connection with WWE, that back and forth to generate internet kind of stuff and also. Can surely be legit, has to be a work. Jeez, I can't stand those young booktubers. How did you feel, Kenny? How did you feel about the Usos match? You can't stand these guys. Good Lord. I was so disappointed. Is there a way trying to get butts in seats because they know they are getting smoked? WWE at the moment, yeah, they are. The only thing about it is they must be holding out a little bit of hope, obviously, with Roman exiting the building and with Rock exiting the building. They're big, 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 for viewership and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how the ratings go over the next few weeks as the dust settles in WWE from post WrestleMania 40. Money in the Bank match becoming a joke. Rules of the match needs to change. Should be cashed in straight up contest, not during a match. Nah, that'd be silly. That's the whole mystique of it. You're taking away the whole mystique of it if you do that. It has to be legit or the company is. Can't wait for the day when MJF leaves that deadbeat company. There was talk he was going to be there at the weekend, wasn't there? But it didn't happen. Stephen, is it a figure, Niall? It isn't a figure, Stephen. But I think you're going to be blown away by it. I'm guessing you finally tacked down the Dick's figures for me. I didn't. But this, you're going to be impressed with this. Clash of the Castle tickets on sale next week. Or are they on sale next week? We'll be all over that. All over that. Heading over there. We have an apartment booked that holds either 6 or 8 people. So we have that in place. We're doing the ferry and the road trip through Stranraer over from Belfast, I think it is. And we're going to do a road trip and hopefully get tickets and have a great time. MJF leaving will be a huge killer blow. I said it last week. I said if MJF shows up on WrestleMania, that would be an absolute final nail in the coffin. Ricky Starks was told by Screwy that he couldn't go to the ring to celebrate with Cody after victory. That's a shame. AEW's biggest star is in WWE. Both of them. Both of them. All of them. All of them. Jade Cargill, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. Good Lord. I wonder how much extra Tony Khan paid Edge to say all them things about AEW. It just felt and sounded foolish, didn't it? Bret versus Owen will never be beaten ever in WWE. There we go. There we go. One more time. Let's give him his props. Come on. Throw up the ones. Throw up the ones. Come on. Don't hold back. Throw up those ones. 1,316 days. What a reign. Unbelievable. What a reign. Congrats to Roman Reigns. Giving his props. Right. Seen this today on Fox by WWE. Pick one. Whose title reign are you most excited for? Whose title reign are you most excited for? At the Usos for match of the weekend. Got that badly wrong. Was horrendous. Not like they had a lifetime to work on it. Kenny, tell me about it. So I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I was in our WhatsApp group chatting during the match and stuff like that. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. It was really, really disappointing. That's it. Good man, Romy won. Throw it up there. Edge looks like a man who made a very bad call. He does look like a man who made a bad call. Big up, Keith. I like that. Get those ones up, guys. Get those ones up. Show that respect. Roman was great. That title was made great again. It was made great again, wasn't it? Really, really. We talk about dance partners and stuff like that and all that kind of thing. But what are we excited for here, folks? I suppose it has to be Cody. It'll be interesting to see how Damian Priest. I'm excited for all these. It'll be interesting to see what journey Damian Priest goes on now with the World Heavyweight title, how long it lasts as well. We've come out of a situation of reasonably long reigns on these belts. Where do they go now? Bailey's going to be super exciting. Cody, of course. Let's see where the new story goes now. But the one I'm looking to now is Sammy. And you boys all called it in the chat last week when I was saying I wasn't too sure on this. Let's see, can Sammy continue the prestigious uplift of the IC title as the gatekeeper belt and the prestigious belt in there? Let me know your thoughts. Going to be interesting to see Roman Reigns' next feud after Triple H press conference on Sunday night. Yeah, I think they have to put something out there, don't they? And you see WWE buying out AEW. I don't think they'd have to because I don't think we're ever going to get a situation where we get a Monday Night Wars or a WCW or WWE being threatened in any way. Look at the presentation of WWE all weekend. Look at all the footage we were shown and given and all that kind of stuff. The clips from the world, all the different kickoff shows and countdowns and the graphic work. I'll say it again, the graphic work and the TV work and the presentation and the display and how everything is presented to us. We're really in a spoiled time at the moment, aren't we? Really in a spoiled time. It's fantastic. Yes, let me see. Here we go. Darzan, looking forward to Priest title reign. Yeah, should be interesting. Cheers, Roman, but we moving on. Tumbleweed. Cody Rhodes will be champion for a year. Seems to be that way, all right. Um, Priest for me because I love him. He's one of my favourites, but I think he will drop it at Clash of the Castle to Drew. Clash of the Castle being what, just over 2 months away, let's say. So Damian Priest's reign is going to be just over 2 months. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that in relation to the World Heavyweight belt, if that's what's going to happen? Morris, Niall, do you feel Cody can be one of the best champions of all time? I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. I don't know whether it will have the longevity. Um, and I don't know. Let's see how this year goes. In terms of Cody, hopefully he stays injury free and everything else, and hopefully whatever way they take him, that the crowd buy into it, and they stay on that roller coaster with him and they don't jump off. Because you know what WWE is like, if it kind of sours, as they say in movies, if the milk turns sour, they ain't the type of people to drink it. So let's say I'm not too sure. Certainly on the back of what he's just come through and on the back of the year that he's put in, um, certainly he's laying a foundation. But you're in good company there when you talk about one of the best champions of all time. It's going to take an awful lot. Cody Rhodes looking forward to seeing where it takes him. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Romy, Cody Reign will be quality with him versus Gunther. I'm here for it. Interesting. Cody for Steven. Sammy versus KO again. It's not. If that's the way they go with this, then why would you even take the belt off Gunther? You know what I mean? This is my fear. This is my exact fear here, that they revert back. Crazy. Just enjoy your wrestling. Absolutely. Reason why Drew lost to Damian Priest: Triple H wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash of the Castle in front of his family and friends. His family and friends were there. I don't know if you've seen the Facebook post. Apparently, they walked out. Yeah, interesting. If AEW sells, WWE will be after the video media, especially the ROH media. I think they picked that up for half nothing on the back end anyway. And I don't know how important it is to them. But I did see an announcement or a presser today or something like that, that they are interested in acquiring and working with other promotions. But it sounded as if they were trying to corral AEW rather than buy it. Look, 70% of what's in there is WWE already anyway, isn't it? When you think about it, until the draft, it will be difficult to see where they will go with those new title holders. But with the way things are going under Triple H, I'm confident it will be great times ahead. Absolutely great times ahead. The fact that it's going to be pro wrestling and not sports entertainment is massive for us guys. Priest won't have that belt long. And you see, that's my concern. That's my concern. So now that the story is finished, what's the new narrative to make everyone cry? Just keep wearing the watch. Just keep wearing the watch. 1-0 to Barcelona. Cheers, lasers. Romy One Kenobi at Chibi Productions Podcast, watching Arsenal in the Champions League. Absolutely. Did you see the botch with carrying Cross on the table? I did. I did indeed. 2-0 to Atletico. Just shows how fragile those tables are. Yeah, absolutely. They're literally like so wafer thin. So wafer thin. Matter of fact, sometimes you'll see if you go to the indie shows and you see them setting them up, when they're setting the tables up, the tables are wobbling like this. And here, rightly so. Go and try and jump through one. Did you see KO said he might not have another mania in him? Don't know about that. Robbie One Kenobi, Nick Khan wanted to work with other promotions. I like to see more crossovers with GCW and WWE. Yeah, potentially as well. Yeah, and you know something? Do you know the funny thing about this? And here's a call. And I heard Ariel Helwani on the Monday show talking about it. Let me know what you think on this. He said that AEW, I think this is kind of where he was going, where he said AEW and Tony Khan should be praised as well somewhat on the back of the success of WrestleMania because they were a driving force in pushing WWE onto this next level. So let us know your thoughts on that. Do you agree with Ariel Helwani in that sense, or do you disagree with him? London's going out of business. What do you do with Seth will do? What do you think Seth will do now, Niall? That's that's a good question. I think he might take a bit of time off. I know Becky's contract is up soon, and as far as I know, at this stage, she hasn't re-signed. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a bit of time off. He's had a tough year, week in, week out, show in, show out, house shows, everything else, And I don't know how healed up the knee was. I know he was passed for WrestleMania. I think he might need a bit of time out just to decompress, get a bit of family time, be around the kid, be around Becky, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he took a bit of time off and then they came back maybe and maybe repackaged them a little bit or something like that. I have to say, it was super cool to see him in the Shield gear, wasn't it? Super cool. It did like that. Londis won't go out of business with the final boss and the cheap breakfast rolls. There you go. Seth will come back with a few new dresses to wear after his time off. I don't know. I think he might come back a little bit different. I think maybe that itch of putting that Shield gear on might look pretty cool. Won't happen. WWE GCW crossover. They do a little bit. They do a few bits already. They send over a few bits to Josh Barnett and all and stuff like that. Central does more business. Ariel is not trying to keep AEW sweet after last week's flame throne. I think it's just a case of I could see some of his point there and stuff like that. That you do need, a dance partner to push you on a bit, but just the gulf is ginormous, isn't it? The gulf is ginormous. Sheamus back to maybe beat Sammy for the IC title. I'm all in on that, baby. Chalk me down for that one. Where can you see it happening? SummerSlam, maybe. Have to be SummerSlam. We're going to need to leave this belt on Sammy. We've got a Saudi show coming up from Riyadh soon as well, haven't we? So naturally they'll want Sammy on that with the belt and stuff like that. But they'll probably lay the groundwork after that and probably do it at SummerSlam, I would imagine. Yeah, that's a good show. Good show, but I'm all on for that. Great to see that video package the other day that our boy is nearly back. He's nearly back. Big up Sheamus. When I heard that Shane Music at Mania, I thought we would get John Moxley with Seth for the second. Yeah, a lot of people thought that as well, but I think Tony Khan confirmed, didn't he, that WWE never reached out for John Moxley. And I wonder would they have been allowed if it happened, or would Moxley have wanted it? But are they really competition though? Not really. Not really. I don't think so. But I just think the whole thing, like, in order for Punk to come back and be so relevant and lift that level and stuff like that, he had to go through that AEW stuff. So if that AEW stuff wasn't there, would CM Punk have come back to WWE even? Would he have even come back to pro wrestling? So I think that's where Ariel was coming from. It took him going to AEW to push all the destructive buttons to realise what he was missing in WWE to go over there. So I don't know. There's a dynamic to it. Wrestlemania is mentation in Becky. Wrestlemania is mentioned, is it? Mentioned in Becky's book, is it? Very good. Let me know, Aces. I haven't got to read the book yet. But if it is, let me know. Let me know. Niall, can you see Moxley back in WWE one day? I don't know. I would like to think one day that music hits and the three boys in the Shield gear come down through the crowd again. I'd pop and I'd love that. I don't know. I just don't know where John Moxley is. I'm sure these guys and girls at the weekend were looking at WrestleMania going, would I nearly give up the bag to be there? So but yeah, I'd love to see it. Big Show can barely even walk. Yeah, no surprise. No surprise. Where are we What else have we got on here? I don't know if you missed this, but I did want to give props to this girl, Samantha Irwin. I'll just quickly go through it again. Was that guy still wrestling? Yeah, absolutely. And not only wrestling, same like that. Remember the bump he took onto the car Stephen there a few months ago? That was crazy. Romy Kenobi. If Moxley comes back to WWE, let him keep his AEW team and Moxley name because the Ambrose name, I hate it. That's not going to happen. If he's coming back, he's coming back as Dean Ambrose, isn't he? He ain't coming back as John Moxley. CM Punk looks very happy in WWE. Hopefully he's back for Scotland. Him and Drew would be great there. No need for a belt. He hinted he had his eye on some premium live events. Yeah, it'd be great to have him back. What about Drew, him, and Priest in a triple threat? That might be pretty cool. And put some sort of a slant on it. A Scottish steel cage match or something like that. Seth won't forget Roman chair shot in a hurry. Yeah, that dynamic. That was a moment, wasn't it, when you think about it? That moment, and they focused in on it, where he had an opportunity to finish Cody with a chair shot, and he chose to roll it back. Chose to roll it back to Seth and hit him with the chair. That was a moment, wasn't it? A real moment. And I don't think people focused on it that much, how big a moment that was, but it was really, really cool. And of course, Seth, absolute champ. Samantha nearly read out a P. Diddy sign on Raw. Yeah, see that? Crazy. You see when they were going around doing it, yeah. Brilliant. I would love to see Nick Gage. Now you're stretching it. Nick Gage. What I love about Samantha, her passion as a fan almost takes over at events. She's awesome. She is awesome, isn't she, Kenny? Absolutely awesome. No triple threats, Niall. I don't like triple threats, as you know, Morris. But I think if Drew and Punk are going to main event a clash, there has to be something on it, doesn't there? Has to be something on it. It said, "Watch out for Diddy." Whoever made that sign deserves a can of Coke. Absolutely, it was brilliant. And the way they shot it, they went into it and they stayed on it, and then shot off it real quick when they realised. But it was cool. Shame the Undertaker didn't dress for the occasion. Must have got a late call. Yeah, a lot of stuff floating around between him and Stone Cold and all, and what happened and what might have happened and all this kind of thing. So, but it'll be interesting. It'll come out. Austin there would have been cool. Apparently, the talk is that it was Austin's spot he replaced, and obviously we were going to get Austin and Rock, but obviously that didn't happen for one reason or another. Taker goes in there and did what he had to do, but yeah, he could have put on the gear, couldn't he? Could have put on the gear. Samantha, if she had brains, she'd be dangerous. Really? Don't know about that. I think Samantha's brain is well screwed on, my friend. Well screwed on. But yeah, sometimes it's just. But look, that can happen. That's the same when we're here podcasting. Someone can put a comment in, we read it. And it's, you can get caught. Cody Rhodes was winning when he sat in the middle of the ring after loss on Saturday night. Yeah, absolutely. Samantha has. she's quite a lady. Stone Cold showed up at the Rock and Cody match. It's happening. Samantha is more over than Cody. Going in, aren't we? Going in. Let me put together, first of all, we get a bit of history in here for you. And then I'll show you what arrived today. Or would you like to see what arrived today now? Will I show you that first and then we'll go down through the history and the birthdays? The history is kind of an interesting one. I'll show you what arrived today. So for all you guys out there that are collectors, the box is already open because I couldn't wait. But I'll bring it up nice and slowly. This is a phenomenal piece. Everyone knows how big a Macho Man fan I am, and Darren put me on these. So hats off to Darren. He put me in touch with these, so they're really, really cool. But this is what arrived today. Look at that, my friends. Just take a look at that. And it's big, and it has the holder at the back for the Slim Jims. Has the whole thing, the whole shooting match. Pretty big, and there's good weight in it as well. It can be hung on the wall. So I don't know. I'm thinking of kind of doing it as a memorial kind of thing to him. I might get a life for the back of it or something like that. But it's so cool. There's about four of them, I think. Darren got an unbelievable one today. There's another one out there in kind of blue, I think it is, and he's holding the glasses like this. Absolutely awesome. And Darren also has, I think he has the red version of that purple one as well. They're basically go through the chat here. Uh, open the box, yeah, like Paul Heyman, yeah, absolutely. Is a gobbledygooker? No, it's definitely not a gobbledygooker. Going to be interested to see Cody Backlash title match, absolutely. Open the box like Paul Heyman, yeah. Did you see the box and all with the filthy gaffer tape and all? And it was really ECW style, wasn't it? It was absolutely quality, yeah. It's tippity top, unbelievable. Wow, uh, deadly. I need one. You get them and get them now before they blow up. I think there's four in total. Darren was saying there's a red one, a purple one, and then they have the blue one where he's holding his arm is up and he's holding the shades like he did in the bandana. And then there's one other one, and the one other one I can't remember because it's so rare. And I think that one goes for about 1,000. Darren was saying. Yeah, there is. There's a range of them, Morris. There is a range of them all different colors. There's four altogether. One is impossible to get. Then you have the red one, the purple one, and that blue one holding the shades. It's really cool. It's not vintage. It's extremely vintage. All I remember from Macho Man is slapping 30 on WCW for laughing at him. Well, do you have the Macho Man rap album? Be a Man, Own Up. Certainly do. I certainly do have it. Sting telephone. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love that. Right, let's get into a little bit of history. It's been a great show so far, even though we had a kind of a YouTube meltdown to begin with. So let's go through a bit of history here. I'll bring this mic over a little bit so you can hear me all the way through it and stuff like that. So we start off. This one's mainly for Sean. 2002, Spike Dudley pinned William Regal to win the WWF European title on WWE Raw from Phoenix in Oregon. 2013, Dolph Ziggler cashed in his Money in the Bank opportunity to win the World Heavyweight Championship from Alberto Del Rio on the night after WrestleMania 29 on WWE Raw. That was a great night. I absolutely loved that and popped for it. Stevens in, he says, I have, I'm on the wrong mouse there. He says, I have a vintage Hulk Hogan light switch. Is that the one where you flick the switch and it's his arm, is it? He's doing the pose. They're very cool. Liverpool versus Atalanta preview tomorrow. I'm not too sure. I'll see can I squeeze something in, but I doubt it. I generally don't do those. Rene Dupree went off on WWE the other night. The man is a salty dude. Why the hate also to CM Punk? Did he piss in his cereal? I've personally met Rene Dupree. He's been in the shop. He came in one day with Joe, sat down. We were having tea and coffees and stuff like that and all. He's an endearing chap and he has some really great ideas and great views on wrestling and stuff like that. And also, I don't know, maybe part of it is just, this whole podcasting and YouTube thing, get it out there and stuff like that and all. But he's dynamic enough in his views and stuff like that and all. So who knows? The Punk stuff I can kind of understand because Punk's one of those diverse kind of characters where there's no kind of middle ground on him. You're either a Punk fan or you're not. And I don't know, maybe just stuff there. Who knows? Right, 2014, James Bryan Hellwig, better known as the Ultimate Warrior, passed away from a heart attack at the age of 54. Very sad that day losing the Ultimate Warrior. I couldn't believe it. Really couldn't believe it. Morrison, Rene was bullied big time in WWE by Benoit and Taker. Rene says stuff for clicks as he should been in this game. 100%. Only 9,000 Europa League final tickets. 12,000. 12,000. Each team got allocated 12,000. As far as I know. Rene said, don't, WWE, don't call me. Rene said, WWE didn't call him for Backlash. Did you see all of the figure reveals? Stephen, don't talk to me about figure reveals. I've seen every last one of them. And not only that, I was watching loads of video clips from the world, and there was just kids going around with those Coliseum Jakes and Rick Rudes and all that kind of stuff. It was so cool. It was just it was a tough weekend for me. I didn't get the results I wanted, and on top of that, I felt I should have been there. And I was reflecting back, that decision we made to go to the Rumble and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you're used to being there and you're not there. 1987, Jim Crockett Promotions officially acquired the operations of Bill Watts' owned Mid South Wrestling (UWF), ending the 8-year run of the organization as an independent entity. 2000, ECW champion Mike Awesome signs with WCW. This begins a chain of events that sees Awesome become public enemy number one in the eyes of everyone associated with ECW. 2001, on a taping of SmackDown from Philadelphia, Forest, Pennsylvania, Jeff Hardy defeated Triple H to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship. 1964, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers is declared the first WWF champion after Vince McMahon Sr.'s defection from the NWA required the promotion to recognize their own world champion. 2011, former Ring of Honor manager Larry Sweeney was found dead at a wrestling school in Lake Charles, Louisiana at the age of 30. His death came as a result of suicide. 2014, WWE stars Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella got married in Sedona, Arizona. 1980, at a show in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the WWF Tag Team Championships changed hands when Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, defeated Ivan Putski and Tito Santana. 1987, one of the fabled Von Erich wrestling family, Mike Von Erich, committed suicide at the age of 23. Always a tough one when we talk about the Von Erichs. We'll come back to birthdays now in a minute. Romy One Kenobi. Renee said, "Don't WWE, don't call me for backlash." Yeah, absolutely. Did you see? I did see the wrestling. Sorry, RT and Virgin Media all over Greystones yesterday. Yeah, no, yeah. I never collected WWE figures as a kid, just the t-shirts, but respect the people that collect the figures. But I never wanted to take a girl to my room and have an Ahmed Johnson figure staring at her. Oh, you're knocking it out of the park tonight, Romy One Kenobi. An Ahmed Johnson figure staring at her. Imagine she walked in. And this guy is staring at her. Good Lord. Imagine. Yeah, there's always that kind of like my wife walks in here and she sees all the collectibles and all the stuff and all that. And she thinks it's crazy, this world I live in of collectibles and pro wrestling and all that kind of stuff. She just doesn't get it. And she can appreciate it, but she doesn't get it. Right, let's take some birthdays, will we? Notable birthdays. My girl, 1989, Bianca Belair. Yeah, I love Bianca Belair. I think she's such a talent and stuff like that. I was kind of duly disappointed in WrestleMania for her this year, but she'll bounce back next year stronger than ever. Jesse Neal, 1980. Remember Jesse Neal. Dustin Rhodes, 1969. Paul Bearer, 1954. Angelo Poffo, 1925. The Great Balls Mahoney, 1972, shares his year with me. And of course, the man who was featured on Dark Side of the Ring last week, Harley Race, 1943. That rounds out your birthdays for this week. Let's take a few more comments. If my girl saying that Macho Man figure, she'd not want my Slim Jim. Absolutely. Why didn't they play Dusty Rhodes' theme song on PA after Cody victory? Haters, come on. There's only so many buttons they can push. There's only so many buttons they can keep on pushing. My one has just given up with my collection here. Her thing is, if it's in my office, it doesn't exist. She reckons I'm borderline hoarder. I would say you're very much hoarder. And look, welcome to the club. We're all in it. Do you see Dustin going to WWE? I don't know. I don't know. I could still see it. I could definitely see it because I do think there's definitely a Rhodes Family Hall of Fame somewhere down the line, isn't there, in the future? And Dustin would have to be involved in that. Whether he goes to WWE in the near future, I'm not too sure. I don't think he wants to go in there and kind of tread on Cody and leave him be, let him do his thing, that kind of way. Dustin as a producer in WWE maybe after his contract expires in September. That's a good shout. That's not a bad shout at all. But you know what? He'd be awesome as a trainer down in the performance center. There you go. Right, folks, that's it. Another show. I'm absolutely drained this week. I think I got about 6 hours sleep all weekend. I was working most of it, flat out with dogs, the usual. Tony Cocaine Can offered his congratulations to Cody after winning the championship. Of course he did. Hope you enjoyed the show, folks, as we are now over and out. PSG 1-all with Barcelona. Listen, folks, have a safe week. I will be back tomorrow. You'll get your Dark Side of the Ring review. Probably go up just before lunchtime. Chris Colt, weirdest episode I ever watched. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Crazy. I'll be back tomorrow night with Darren. Thursday, Tier Talk. Then Friday, I'll probably drop a preview for the Crystal Palace game. And then at the weekend, I'm going to be over in Liverpool. So we'll try and shoot some footage while we're over at the match, the Crystal Palace game on Sunday. And we'll be around Manchester and Liverpool on the Saturday as well. So we get some footage of that and get some thoughts. We might even do a bit of carpool karaoke and stuff like that. You never know what might pop up onto the channel. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Thursday Tier Talk, we're also going to be talking about the Grand National, and we're also going to be talking about the Masters Golf on top of your football as well. So if you have any thoughts on that, have a think about it. Let us know your tips and picks for Beat the Bookie as well. As always, a bit of crack. Appreciate you being in the chat. Sorry that YouTube was down at the start of the show. Hope you enjoyed the rest of it. We did get most of it in. We crammed it in. You guys are awesome as always. Kenny, great show as always. Niall, absolutely appreciate you coming along, my friend. Tell Dazzler Ferguson has won tomorrow. Oh, interesting. And he's on a run. Dazzler at 96 statue, 97 statue. But yeah, we'll get him over and we'll take pictures and stuff like that. You never know. We might wrap that Trent jersey around him if we score a few goals. But until next time, folks, have a safe evening. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure on your way out you're liking the video, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification button, all that great stuff. Talk to you again.